Hey guys, how's it going? Hope I sound okay. Let me get this audio going. Let me know if I'm too quiet, because I haven't tested my stream setup yet. So I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but I really hope you can. Sorry for the pausing of the video here. I'm going to switch away from the other closer to the video, cuts the pause the video, it's really annoying. And we're just finishing up halfway now. I'm not going to actually follow this time. I'll start it myself pretty quickly. So thanks for joining in. Everyone's here. Everyone's hanging out. Ready to see the start. Thanks, NR2003. Pretty good. Really good. Again, I don't know if you can't hear me. Okay. let's get on to the race.
Okay, buddy, fire it up here. Remember, one switch at a time, turning your stuff on.
So I'm not running a full-length Daytona 500. Obviously, that would take way too long. So I'm doing, well, the Xfinity race distance length, 120 laps. And I'll be calling I'll do one stage at the start. And then after that, they'll run to the finish. So we'll do 50 laps. I could call a caution in the game. And then they'll do the remaining laps to the checkered flag. And hopefully, it'll be exciting and we can get a realistic prediction of what the race is going to be like on Sunday. Sunday. So, let's accelerate through this here. So I've set up the grid just like they will be during the race tomorrow. So front row from the qualifying results, rest of the rows, well, everybody else from the dual race results.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All right, boys, pace and rhythm all day today. Driver's compartment, crew chief, pit crew. Pace and rhythm all day, that's all we need.
So, you guys may notice the cars look like they're floating. It's because they kind of are. I'm using New World's edited physics, which creates this weird effect of these floating cars. There's nothing really we can do about it. It does make them look lower, though. It actually looks like the new ride height regulation cars. Interesting. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna pause this for a second. Alright, coming down the backstretch here. Oop. There we go, okay. No more pauses, I promise. So as we're getting started here, let me know who you guys think can win this, or who you want to win this. Because obviously there's gonna be some carnage. There's gonna be a big one at some point, I'm sure of it. I've messed around with the track AI a little bit to hopefully make the racing a little bit more exciting. But let me know your predictions for the prediction stream. Can Bowman take it from pole? Can Kyle Larson come from the back and work some magic? Let's find out. We're getting ready to go green right here. Hi Amber, thanks for tuning in. You've come just in time. Green flag waves. Bowman will take them across the stripe for the first of 120 laps. As they're already starting to fan out a little bit. Maybe some guys will try going 3 wide into turn 1. Trevor Bain's already pushed to the 3rd lane. They'll be shuffled back already. Onto the backstretch they go for the first time. Now Bowman sent to the outside. Ryan Blaney to the bottom. So here's my prediction. First lap of 2018, led by none other than Ryan Blaney, with Joey Logano close behind him. Not bad for a brand new car. They're already going 3 wide for the lead. One of the limitations of this old AI system is they don't really understand when to be aggressive and when to not be aggressive. So they'll be pushing each other 100% for the entire race distance. So now we can see Bubba Wallace pushing his way to the front. And this whole pack is sticking together pretty well. 2 laps in, I don't think anybody's lost the draft. Am I writing down the predictions? Well, I'm recording it, so if that counts. You guys can write down. I might put some, like at the end of the first stage, I might list the top 10 somewhere on the screen as we watch the rest of the race. But wow, these guys are going 3 lanes through the whole pack. Probably not realistically what's going to happen tomorrow, but exciting nonetheless. They're still giving each other a lot of room, which is good. We don't want a big wreck this early in the race. Oh, but they're pushing it. Oh my goodness, they're wrecking already. 17's in the wall. The 12 is in it. The 11's in it. Oh no, most of the back markers wrecked already. So what happens when you go 3 wide like that? Lap 4. Write that one down. Lap 4. The first big wreck. Oh boy. Carnage. Wow, the 32 car, Matt de Benedetto, ruined. Well, let's take a look what happened. Wow. Okay. So we knew they're pushing hard. These guys are going 3 wide. I think they're going 4 wide at the front. At least Brendan Gaughan made his way up here. Let's see this. Pushes Stenhouse up. Stenhouse nowhere to go because Austin Dillon's on the outside. Just disaster from that point onwards. Oh no. Oh no, it's a yard sale. Wow. Well, let's see that from Blaney's point of view because he's got a lot of damage. Where is he at? Oh no. He's doing so well. So he's topside. There, 3 lanes, pretty deep into the pack. Let's watch this over. Well, not much you can do there. Oh, there's even a wreck behind them. Or, not behind them, but in front of them after. This was Keselowski's involved. What happened here? Avoided the accident. Went down on the apron. Oh, and just tangled with Newman. Oh, William Byron's got damage. Wow. A lot of wrecked race cars already. So let's look at who was involved here, who's got damage. So the 17 and the 3 have a lot of damage. Blaney has a whole bunch of damage. Pole sitter Alex Bowman. Boy, it just kept going here. Go back through here. Hamlin got turned around in the middle of it. Oh boy. There's Mark Thompson in the back who just ran through Matt de Benedetto. A lot of damage for Hamlin. Oh man. I think Hamlin can't move here. Yeah, he's stuck. He's gonna have to get towed back. Hey, Equal and Gleamer. How you doing today? Well, these guys will catch up to the pace car. Looks like Jamie McMurray led that lap. And let's see how they do on pit stops. Now we're only on lap 5, but it looks like everybody's just going to come in and take some fuel, maybe some tires, and certainly some damage repair. The 11 is getting towed. There are a whole lot of wrecked cars here. 32 especially, it's junked. 24 has a bit of damage. He might be okay though. I know Ryan Blaney's probably out of it now. Alright. So it looks like some guys are taking 2 tires, some are taking none at all. Casey Kane got 2 tires for sure. The one of Jamie McMurray definitely took tires of some sort. Let's watch them as they come to the pits. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, so out of the pits, Allmendinger, Wallace, Ty Dillon made up a bunch of spots. Danica's up in the pack. Kyle Larson after starting near the back. A lot of these guys are taking fuel only, which is interesting because we're only we're 5 laps into this deal. 21 of Paul Menard has a bit of damage, but it looks like they haven't really touched that. They're jumping back out on the track. Whereas the 12, Ryan Blaney, I mean, that's a hot rod now. Wow. So that whole car has come apart, but no, bit of contact, not a problem. These guys are having trouble lining themselves up here. But that's just, NR2003 AI doing its thing. So Jones has some sort of trouble in the pits. Hamlin's still getting towed. They fixed the front end of Mark Thompson's car. Reagan got some damage fixed up. Same with the 3. Yeah, these are all the damaged cars at the back. Oh, they pulled the front end off the 51. I don't know if that will make the correct speed for the new NASCAR rulebook, but not much we can do. Wow, and DJ Kennington in the 96, missing the rear end. So pretty early in the race, already got a number of hacked up race cars. Let's skip a lap here. So 1 to green. Denny Hamlin is a lap down. Okay, so here's the retirees. 17. Stenhouse is out. Keselowski, really? It was a pretty small accident. He's out. Newman's out. 23 of Gray Galding is out. Eric Jones had some sort of problem. He's down a couple laps. Matt DiBenedetto retired. And Hamlin, after getting stuck on the track in the first accident, had to get towed. He lost a lap, but only one. And of course we're playing by 2003 rules, so single file for everyone on the lead lap, and everyone a lap down on the inside, which is just Hamlin at this point. And Eric Jones made it out of the pits, so he'll catch up to Hamlin on the bottom line. And something is up with McMurray's car. He's running around on the apron. I don't know if that's an engine problem or what. Interesting. So McMurray's going to pull into the pits here. Some sort of issue mechanically with that car. As we'll get ready for the restart here. Going back into green. Oh, and I paused it. Sorry about that. Here we go. Green flag flies. Denny Hamlin's a lap down. But he'll be racing around the front of his pack here. On lap number 9 out of 120. Still a ways to go here. Danica Patrick restarting near the front, getting pushed to the third line, and she's going backwards. Ryan Blaney having a lot of trouble. He's going really slowly, holding up the 4 of Harvick there. Missing the whole front end of the car. He's going to be slow for the rest of the race. Yeah, I don't know what happened with McMurray. He's back out on the track. Let's see what he did here. Did they come into the pits? They did. They got new right side tires. Maybe they had, I don't know if they're, missing a lug nut or had a slow leak or something. So he's back out onto the track now. Let's jump to real time. Okay, so Kyle Larson now just got pushed to the front on the outside lane. He's got a little bit of damage on the right side of that car, but it doesn't seem to bother him that much. Oh, maybe it does. Larson's in the pits. What happened here? Did he just get that damage now? Blaney's coming in as well. They might just retire that car. Kyle Larson's taking tires. A lot of surprise pit stops here. Took 2 tires, taking 4 tires. Under green? Let's see what happened. Let's see how he got this damage. Because I think that was pretty recent. Did he get into the wall here? No, nothing unusual. It's really bizarre. He gets pushed to the front and then immediately pulls off into the pits. He doesn't even lead that lap. So he's going to lose a lap here because here comes the pack, led by Joey Logano. The cars that didn't come with the mod are all from NN Racing. So there's a whole bunch of great painters there. Put all these together. So, before the 500 even happens, I already have a full field. The only car that I don't have is the 23 Grey Gaulding car, but that doesn't matter because he crashed out at the start, so we're not going to see him anyways. As Kyle Larson's going to go down a lap here. These guys have to check up getting around him. Some sort of problem with his tires. Came in and took 4 while he was leading the race, so obviously problems in the 42 camp. Same thing for Kurt Busch. Took some tires. Looks like DJ Kennington might have done so as well. Maybe fix some of the damage. I'm not sure. So now the 22 and the 48 have a bit of a lead on this pack just because they didn't slow down to get around to Kyle Larson when they were putting him a lap down. So the pack now chasing those 2 down. And they're running 3 wide, of course. It's the only way to race around here. As Jimmy Johnson makes a move for the lead. There's only 2 of them at the front. He goes to the inside and turn one. It looks like there's some slow cars in front of them. Yep. The 1 and the 66. Mark Thompson. And Blaney got back out on track, but he's running with, well, a group of damaged cars. They're all going pretty slowly. 96 still the rear end missing on the car. Some other damaged cars, the 41, the 3, the 00. But this front pack is still pretty strong. They're going to have trouble now. Ooh, they all got back out. It's one of the biggest problems with the NR2003 AI. Just the slow cars don't know how to get out of the way, and the fast cars don't know how to avoid them. So it causes, messes like this. So hopefully that'll be kept to a minimum. But because of that really early wreck, we already have a lot of damaged cars just kind of cruising around here. I really wish I could just jump in and black flag anybody who's slow. But no. It's those 15-year-old rules. I really hope with the announcement of iRacing AI that I can do something like this with better graphics and the new rulebook. I'm trying to get as realistic as I can here, but there's still some technical limitations that I just can't avoid. So it looks like we've now split this pack a little bit. So some of these cars are a lap down. The one is. Oh, but the 62 isn't. So Brendan Gaughan is going to lead a lap at the 500. Write that one down. Although he kind of caused that first wreck. He's really worked his way to the front now. You're going to put McMurray a lap down here. If you guys ever want me to check in on like your favorite driver, just let me know. I'll let you know how they're doing. How they're going to do tomorrow. According to my prediction, of course. Looks like Brendan Gaughan's going to lead another lap here. Now this pack has reformed themselves. And we're going 3 wide again. As we should be. I want to make that chat window a little bit smaller because I don't like how it covers these cars up. Oh, but I have to pause the video to do it. Nah, it's not worth it. As I think Truex is going to lead it. No, Joey Logano is going to lead this lap. So now there'll be a whole lot of shuffling around at the front. That bottom line will tend to move forwards, and the top line will move backwards. But on the back straight, those guys in the top line can get a pretty good run going. So we see from Chase Elliott right here. But then in the corners, they just can't keep up. So now Harvick and Logano have a bit of a gap over the pack. Where's the 38? Let's take a look. Oh, well, I think he has damage from the first wreck. Yeah, he's running back here with all of the hot rods. So unfortunately, I think he just got caught up in the middle of it. There were guys going too quickly at the back. Made a bit of a mess, so not a very good showing from Gilliland so far. Kind of a shame because he started pretty far up. So he's just kind of cruising around at the back. So move our way back up to the front. Remember when Brendan Gaughan led a couple laps? Yeah, well, now he's back in the 16th place. They shuffle around quickly up here. As, again, Mark Thompson holds up the entire pack. Yeah, he's a slow driver in a slow car that's even slower because of all the damage that he's got. So he really is just a moving chicane at this point. Not too worried about it though, because the pack will always be faster than, you know, the one or two guys that get around him before everyone has to slow down. My biggest concern is that something like this happens on the last lap and just totally ruins the end of the race. So Harvick and Larson got ahead, but wow, look at how quickly the pack closes up. They got strung out, and that's when they start to run really quickly. Harvick tries to close the door, and Truex can't do it there. So they're actually going to pretty quickly catch up to the little group of totally destroyed race cars. Blaney, Gilliland. Who's this? Blaney, Reagan, and Gilliland. And who's in the 51? Justin Marks this week. So they're going pretty quickly, about 10 miles an hour quicker. So it should close this pack up a little bit. This lead pack now, just 12 cars. Johnson and Ty Dillon have fallen out of the draft. So is Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, and all of these guys in the secondary group at the back. Let's get some new camera angles up in here. Those same angles lap after lap do get kind of stale. And now you can really see the speed difference between these leaders and this little group of damaged cars. They're going to try to go through on the bottom, but they're probably just going to get stuck here, yeah. So we're on lap 25 out of 120 in this shortened Daytona 500 simulation. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for keeping the chat alive. And if you guys aren't subscribed and you like what you see, or this is, you know, interesting in some way, feel free to subscribe. If this goes well, I'll do a couple more of these throughout the year whenever I have time. And wow, that little group of lapped cars has really stuffed this pack up together. They were 3 lanes solid for a bit. And that has actually, that's let these stragglers behind here catch up a little bit. So let's take a look at the gaps here on the top left. The last time around, Jimmy Johnson was 4.3 seconds behind the leader. Let's see where they are coming around the line this time. .6 seconds. So he's catching up to the back of this pack, but Harvick and these guys out front still moving way quicker. As they catch up to Eric Jones, who they should be able to pick up because he doesn't have damage. He just had to make an extra pit stop at one point. Now he's lost a lap. Moving to that 20 car, fresh this year. I still think I see a bright yellow 20 DeWalt car. I can't think of anyone other than Matt Kenseth. Really, they should have at least changed the livery on that car. It just doesn't feel like his, you know? And they're also going to put DJ Kennington down another lap. And Mark Thompson, who's going really amazingly slow here. And Casey Kane's going to get by cleanly. So he's going to lead a lap here. New to the 95. And he's going to lead lap number 28 of the Daytona 500. Simply because everyone else got stuck behind Mark Thompson. Okay, so we're on lap 29 now. At the end of lap 50, we'll throw out the caution for the end of the stage. Let these guys pit, and then we'll run the next 70 laps to the flag. And I'm only doing one stage break just because I'm limited to that by NR2003. I can only jump in and throw the caution once. Allmendinger is going to get pushed to lead lap number 29. So this front group of cars is still pretty healthy. Although some of these guys are now falling behind. It's hard to tell now because a lot of these guys are a lap down. But man, Mark Thompson really is just a moving chicane around here. The car is so slow with damage. And unfortunately, I can't just kick him out of the race. I really, really want to. It looks like, is McMurray slowing down here? Yes, he is. Some sort of problem. He had to pit at one point unscheduled. And it looks like whatever the problem was then, it's gotten more serious now. On the apron here, he's just coasting, I think. He's really slowed down. That'll be the end of a chance for another Daytona 500 win for Jamie McMurray in the one car. Some serious issues for him today. That's a real shame. So let's move our way back up the pack to the front. Well, these guys are pretty fragmented now. We've got these 5 cars led by Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, 22 of Logano, William Byron, and AJ Allmendinger. And Harvick and Truex all alone. And then these guys further back. Yeah, this pack is starting to split apart. And these guys at the front are going to be quicker, so I don't think this pack is going to come together anytime soon. Well, Byron on the lead lap, he is. He had a good amount of damage from trying to avoid the first wreck. He got tangled up with someone else. So he's got some damage, but it doesn't seem to bother him when he's in the draft. So 4 Chevys and a Ford in this little lead group. Now, I'm not sure how much longer these guys can go without pitting for fuel. I think they do have to fuel at some point before lap 50 at the end of the first stage. So that'll certainly mix things up because the NR2003 AI is not very good at finding each other after a pit stop. So this pack is already pretty spread out, but it might get even worse. Well, actually, these guys back here have grouped together. Look at the top left, 4.4 seconds back on the last lap from the leader. 4.83, so still not as fast as the leaders. But if they can all line up together, they will be. Especially if all these guys get caught behind Mark Thompson. And they don't. That's actually really impressive. I didn't know the NR2003 AI could do it that smoothly. Although AJ slowed a little bit. Hopefully he can keep up with these guys still. Yep, he's still got the draft. They'll still stay together. And I think now the second group might be closing in. But it is really hard to tell. And depending on how lined up these guys get, they can run at pretty different speeds. So 37 laps into this thing. Who do you guys think is going to win it? Is it going to be someone from this top 5 group? Tell you what, it's probably not going to be Danica. She's about to lose a lap here. Is this second group going to be able to catch up to the first? Let's find out. It might be another big accident. Could take out some strong contenders. There's a lot to happen here in this race. And they got past Danica really slowly here. Yeah, that second group just gained a full second in that lap. These top 5 in the stage points might not be set yet. You gotta see them in the same shot there. There they are, closing in fast. That's a nice shot. I like that shot a lot. And it looks like Danica's pitting, so these guys won't even have to worry about getting around her. And they're all lined up now. Let's see how fast these guys are going. 196 miles an hour at the end of the straight. That is quick. Wow, they really are right behind them now. There they are. Led by Truex Jr. Are we going to see anybody coming in for the pits? Yes. Logano and Allmendinger in from the first group. Harvick, Kane, Bowman all coming into the pits with 10 to go in this first stage. Now this will get really interesting. So now the chase group is really strung out. And the leaders got caught up behind the 51. So they're going really slow here. Which means waiting that extra lap to pit will be a huge disadvantage. It's Justin Marks here just putting a roadblock. So a few more guys are going to try to pit. Some of these guys are still staying out. Truex Boyer and who's the 34 again? Oh yeah, McDowell this year. All coming into the pits. See how the guys that already pitted are doing. Coming out now. 47 in the 4th. A pretty big gap over the 22. And they're going to lose a lap now to the guys that have been staying out. So disaster right now if there's a caution. As Chase Elliott gets into the lead, but he's going to get stuck behind David Gilliland here. And they'll pull into the pits anyways. So Elliott, Jones, Suarez, Byron. So 2 of the Hendrick guys, 2 of the Joe Gibbs boys. Coming in. Let's see how many tires these guys are getting. Because I think in the last few stops, some guys are getting 2, some guys are getting 4. But it looks like they're all going for 4 here. Although Menard took 2 and well, this is interesting. I think you missed the pit exit there, buddy. Yeah, Paul, that's not how okay, so some issues for Paul Menard. I think he gets a penalty for that. He might have to come back around to the pits. Let's see how these guys are doing. So Chase Elliott is out of the pits. Where is William Byron? This is getting hard to keep track of. There he is. So Byron and Suarez are together, but they lost ground on the pack. So I think it's Truex leading Elliott now, and then the rest of the pack. We'll see in the top left now, yes. So I think Elliott might have taken only 2 tires, because he got out way ahead of Suarez and Byron here. Very interesting. So they've got some cars grouped together up here. But the caution will come out in 7 laps for the end of the stage. So I think everyone's going to pit then. And the pack will be all closed up. Everyone should have fresh tires. And enough fuel to make it to the end with only 1 stop in that final stage. Which I think is how it's going to be in the race tomorrow. Only 1 stop in the final stage, but I'm not sure. So we now have only 6 laps to go in stage 1 of 2 here at Daytona. As Martin Truex Jr. leads, the defending Cup Series champion. No surprises there. We know he's got a really strong car. And we're slowing down. Looks like we're under caution. What for? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, big damage on the 95. Some sort of accident here. Brought out the caution. Lap number 45. Let's see what happened. Whoa, Mark Thompson around. Well, we know he's been going really slowly. And he's been a bit of a roadblock for these guys. Suarez tries to pass him on the outside. Oh. It's like he just didn't know he was there. William Byron with a lot of damage as well. So it looks like Byron tried to avoid him. Now he's got damage. Going through the grass. Can't keep it off the bottom of the track. Into the wall. And this is where Casey Kane. Oh. And Byron's teammate, Alex Bowman, already had a hard day. And it looks like that'll be the end of it for him. Let's see that again. So Mark Thompson doesn't know what he's doing. Causes this accident. Byron tries to pull it down low to avoid it. Goes across the grass, up the banking, into the wall, and back down in front of his teammate and Casey Kane. So big damage to the 95 car. Some damage for Daniel Suarez. Mark Thompson's still driving. I really wish he isn't, but he's still driving. So after causing that accident, he is. Well, he's still running around there. So let's see this from from William Byron's view. Catching up to the 66 here. Oh boy. Just Thompson's just not paying attention here. Byron just runs it into the wall. Oh, and that's a hard hit. So when Byron's out. 88 is out. Wow. Not a good day at the office for the new boys at Hendrick. So let's fast forward, let the pack catch up here. And this is going to run us to the end of the stage, so we're not going to have to stop the race, because they'll run this caution through the end of the stage. And at that point we can look at the top 10 and see who's going to win stage points. As some guys are opting to stay out here. Oh, these are all lapped down. Are they? No, 47's not, 22's not. Interesting. So Joey Logano and AJ Allmendinger are banking on another accident, because I don't think they'll have enough fuel to do this last stage with only one stop. As everybody else comes out of the pits here. Harvick leads Truex. I guess they got a better stop. And Michael McDowell, third one out of the pits. Chase Elliott, Jimmy Johnson, still in this. That in itself is pretty impressive. We now have a good list of cars who are out of the race or laps down. Jose the Potato asks, how do I download NR2003? Well, pretty sure if you Google it, you can find it online. It's really blurry whether it's legal to do it or not. That's up to your discretion. But if you do download it, make sure you get the no CD patch, and there's an update file for it as well. It's 1.2 point something. There's videos on how to do it. You can check it out. But it's pretty simple. It's a simple installation. It'll run on any computer. Not very well optimized, but it doesn't matter because the graphics are, 2003 standards. Who do you think will win the Daytona IRL? Well, I think we're going to find out. We only have a bit over 70 laps to go here, and I think we're going to find out who's set to win the Daytona 500. Well, we know who's not going to win, and it'll be the guys who have already crashed out. So these hot rods at the back that are just kind of cruising around. So let's look at the standings now through these pit stops. So the guys that stayed out: Joey Logano, AJ Allmendinger, Buescher in the 37, Almirola stayed out, 62, Brendan Gaughan stayed out, and Bubba Wallace stayed out. Everybody else took the free pit stop because, well, we're only on lap 48, so they're going to run lap 49 and lap 50. Then the caution's going to come out at the end of lap 50 for the end of the stage. And anyone who hasn't pitted can pit, but they'll be behind everybody else. Has that happened in real life? Where there's been a caution right before the end of a stage, so they only ran a couple laps green? I'm not sure. NR2003 has no copies left. Yeah, at the end of the 2003 season, I think, when EA got the rights to the game, they stopped selling it. The Papyrus guys weren't allowed to sell it anymore. So if you wanted to buy it, there's no real way to buy it. I mean, you can pay, you know, the $150 or however many dollars the used copies online are. So a lot of people are saying, you know, that's considered abandonware, and because they don't sell it anymore, they don't support it in any way, that you can download it and use it on your own for free. It's highly debated. Sadler and Reddick, the closest finish in NASCAR history, was it? I know it's the closest in Xfinity history. I didn't watch it myself, which is really a shame because I watched the truck race, and the end of that was actually kind of anticlimactic. But I was out today, and they put the Xfinity race on, of course, in the middle of the day. So I didn't get a chance to watch it. I didn't get a chance to go over it yet. I just got home, and I want to do this prediction stream as soon as possible. So we're going green here, lap 49 of 120. So all the cars on the inside line are laps down. Still running by 2003 rules. So the outside line is lead lap cars, and they're really going to get stuck behind some of these lappers here. These restarts are a total mess, and it really shows why the system changed since this game came out. Reddick won by 5 thousandths of a second. Yeah, so closest in Xfinity history, but not the closest in NASCAR history, because that would be a tie between the Jimmy Johnson Talladega win and probably the most famous finish of all time, 2003, the Arlington race. The closest for Xfinity, and I saw the pictures. That was damn close. Alright, so we're on lap 50 here. I'm going to pull out the caution in the only way that I know how to do it.
It'll be one to go this time, bud.
Yep.
Caution's out, caution's out, caution's out.
There we go. So now they're going to race it back to the line for points at the end of stage 1. Joey Logano's going to lead them around. They stayed out. They wanted those stage points, and they're going to get them here. So Joey Logano leads them to the line at the end of lap 50, and the caution is out. Busch and Craven was 100. I thought it was 2,000ths of a second. Pretty sure it was 2,000ths. I know the Jimmy Johnson one was definitely 2,000ths of a second. Jeff Gordon and Kevin Harvick was the closest finish ever. It was at the point, because that was 2001 in Atlanta, right? Okay, so I'm going to pause this real quick, just so I can jot down our stage point winners. Brendan Gaughan got himself a point by staying out. So Joey Logano wins the first stage of 2018. Write this one down, folks, because this prediction is real. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video really quickly, and I'm going to see if I can actually get this on the screen here. Nope, not that. I don't want that. I'm going to change this text. Here we go. Okay, so first place was the 22. Second was Allmendinger. Third was Trix. Fourth, Busher got some good points. Jimmy Johnson, fifth. Sixth was Kyle Busch, who lost that draft. He was out of the lead pack, same with the 13. Decided to stay out during that previous caution and scored themselves some stage points. So good for these guys. Same with Brendan Gaughan. So I'm going to move this, don't worry. So that's your stage 1. That's real big. Let's make that smaller. There we go. As we'll see these guys as they pit now. Yeah, NRL, that's what I thought. Craven and Busch was, oops, 2 thousandths of a second, which is the same as that Jimmy Johnson, which I think was 2011. Pretty sure, because that was 2-car tandem era. So lappers stayed out. Joey Logano. So everybody pitted, even the guys who pitted right before the end of the stage, because yeah, as I said, I don't think they could make it on fuel. So they're gonna bunch up here as the NR2003 AI do. It's just weirdness that happens. But they'll get strung out. As we are under caution at the end of the first stage. Got 70 laps to go. Here are all your lap down cars at the front. And they're all going to pit except for the 51. Yeah, there's some seriously torn up cars here. That 92 doesn't have a rear end. The 51 is just, I mean, the front's just the rad. What was the closest finish in motorsports history? I have no idea. I mean, it's probably those NASCAR races, right? Okay, hold up. Jeffrey Earnhardt is in 6th place. How did this happen? Wait. Wait, I just want to go back here and see how did Jeffrey Earnhardt get into 6th? He's way back here. Did they just go fuel only? Sorry about the pit box, by the way. No, it's the wrong box. 2 tires. And he's out. Wow. So, Jeffrey Earnhardt in the Starcom Racing Chevy is going to make it up into 6th place by gambling in the pits. Write that one down. You did your own mock season for the 2017 season. 0.000. Wow, at Vegas. That's not a track known for close finishes either. That's awesome. People had that a lot in iRacing just because they run so many races all the time. And I think there's no way to tell what happens under 0.000 seconds. But it will still award a winner. Chase Elliott and Elliott Sadler got black flagged. When was that? Not in this race, right? No. Okay, 21 cars on the lead lap. As they're getting the 1 to go to start this, the last stage of the Daytona 500. So again, 2003 rules, all the lapped cars will pull up on the bottom lane, and they're all going to get in the way of the lead lap cars. But we should have a pretty big pack here, now that everybody is all closed up. And we may have some more crashes, especially with these damaged cars now moved to the front of the line. In fact, I'll be surprised if we go the next 10 or so laps without any more cautions. But we'll see. Again, sorry about the floating cars. I know it looks kind of weird. That's just because of the edited physics. I'm using New World's NR2017 physics EXE, so it looks a little bit weird. From the side it looks great because it actually looks like the new lower super speedway cars. But when you get a long shot, you can sometimes see like a little bit here how they're floating a little bit above the ground. Not much can be done about that. Punny for You predicts that there will be a flip. Yeah, there might be. There may be in the next crash here. But I don't know. It'd be cool if there was. Certainly look cool. I mean, not cool for whoever's flipping, obviously. I'm interested to see what that number 00 car can do from the track position that they've earned themselves here. And green flag, here we go. The last stage of the Daytona 500. Joey Logano leads, AJ Allmendinger, Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, and Jeffrey Earnhardt up in the 6th place. As these guys are really going to get stuck behind these lappers. Lappers are now 2 lanes wide. Jimmy Johnson and Ty Dillon are trying to go around the outside here. As these top 4 have broken away a little bit. But the bigger the pack is, the faster they will go. And you want a big pack? There you go. They're still stuck behind these lap cars. But once they file through, they should be pretty quick. I mean, for sure, next time I'll make the chat a little bit smaller because it's really intruding on viewing the race. But oh well, can't really change that right now. Not without pausing everything. So now Truex leads this little group of cars. Eric Jones, mind you, is a lap down still. No lucky dogs. No wave arounds. It's old school rules. You're a lap down. You want to race your way back. Ooh, Chase Elliott or Ryan Blaney. It's hard to say just because, man, I just want Chase to win something. He's come so close so many times. Blaney won at Pocono last year, and it was a great drive. But he has a really strong car. I mean, as we've seen in the Clash and in his dual race, that 12 car is fast. And he has 2 really skilled teammates that will definitely help him out. I don't know. I would want Chase Elliott to win more, but I think there's a higher chance of Blaney taking it. Yeah, you can get NR2003 on whatever, I'm pretty sure. Like, Windows, what was there, NR2003? Windows 2000 will run it. Easy. I mean, I'm running it on Windows 10, but I'm amazed that it's stood the test of time. I feel like it's just a matter of time until there's some new Windows update that just permanently breaks the game. I'll tell you what, if a caution comes out now, Eric Jones can get his lap back. But I don't think that's going to happen. As this lead group is pretty small now. 37 has caught up to it. I know that 21 of Paul Menard, which just feels so weird. Paul Menard in the 21. He's a lap down, but he's caught up to these guys, and it looks like the pack has cleared the slow lappers, and they're on the move now. So they should catch up to this lead group pretty soon. There they are. And they're going to go 3 wide. No? Logano, he's looking for it. Can't do it, not yet. Is it a Steam game? No, it's not a Steam game. It has not been sold for over a decade now. NR2003 has the best physics, but the flips can sometimes get unreal. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it gets a little bit hectic. There's a lot of fundamental issues with the AI, but yeah, the crash physics are, outstanding for the 15-year-old game that it is. I mean, they're still so much better than, if you look at NASCAR Heat 2, it's a joke. The fact that, this old thing can do it so much better, it's just a testament to how ahead of its time it is. Where would you get it? Well, it's hosted on a few websites. I don't know any off the top of my head, but if you Google, free download, you might be able to find it. But again, it's questionable whether that's legal or not. And be careful, because you could easily, get adware or spyware or some sort of malware by trying to, Google free download games. You bought it on eBay? Oof, how much was that? Because I know, the full box copies are, now collector's items. It's like, you can go up to $200. I know, just the disc and the jewel cases are a bit cheaper. That's what I have. That's what I've had since, 2003. And this pack is closing up now. When they're strung out like this in a straight line, they can go really fast. Here we can see 196 miles an hour from Bubba. Actually, I'm just curious now. Let's take a look at the fastest lap. Oh, no surprise. Joey Logano in the lead and has the fastest lap so far. Harvick set quick laps. Oh, Kyle Busch just set the fastest lap of the race. 45.797 when that pack was all strung out and catching up to the leaders. Probably went over 200 miles an hour there. So now we've got some exciting racing. Oh, and good news, I think Mark Thompson finally quit. He's retired. Yes, 66 retired. Okay, so the only slow cars, let's take a look on track. Oh yeah, our same little group of damaged cars, including DJK. The 19 has damage from the last caution. The 3 has some damage from the first caution. Same with the 11. These guys are a little bit slow. Same with this little group here. So the pack is pretty tight now. There's not a lot of slow back markers just kind of cruising around. You can get iRacing for free, no spyware. What? But the physics are not good? What? You get iRacing for free? I'm really confused by what you said, I'm sorry. $150? Is that a good deal? I mean, I guess so, because those things will only go up in value as long as they work, because I do think there might be some sort of game-breaking Windows update in the future, and at that point the value will definitely go down. they're really going 3 lanes deep here. There's no teammates at the front. Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch. They haven't been at the front all day, those guys. But here they are, as we're halfway through this race. Looks like everyone wants a chance at being at the front here. Ty Dillon and Jimmy Johnson have been working together a lot today. I wonder if that's a good prediction. Ty Dillon and Jimmy Johnson are going to work together. Well, it is working for them now. I saw the two of them, you know, trying the third lane on the outside earlier. And now they've moved themselves to the front, but Michael McDowell on the bottom. This bottom line is just too fast when they have fresh tires. The guys in the bottom will push each other to the front and then move up and go backwards. Michael McDowell might lead this lap. He does. Brand new to front row for this year. I don't know why people say NASCAR Thunder is better than this. I think it's just what people grew up with, honestly. I mean, because as a, you know, I feel like Thunder was more of a kid game. This was aimed at, you know, more serious enthusiasts, older guys. So there's a certain level of nostalgia that Thunder 2003 brings to them. I guess I wouldn't really know because I've never actually played Thunder 2003. I was busy with this thing back in 2003. Just turned 15 years old this game. That's incredible. That being said, NRL, like, I know 2003 does have better physics and definitely better graphics. But as a kid who wants like an exciting race, it's way easier to just jump into Thunder and have a lot of fun. Yeah, NASCAR Heat is just... it's not great. It's not great. It really is a shame that, you know, those are the games that have the official licensing and stuff now. I don't mind it that much just because things like iRacing exist. There's now Bubba Wallace pushed Kevin Harvick to the front. We've got a bit of a gap over the rest of the field. It's Kurt Busch pushing Clint Boyer up there. Teammates working together, making their way to the front. Now on lap 70 of 120. Just over 50 to go here. Gonna be set for an exciting finish. I'm amazed that, you know, this many guys have stayed without damage on the lead lap. One of the problems with these longer simulations is really often you'll just get wreck fest races where guys keep crashing, cautions come out, cautions breed cautions, slow damaged cars cause more accidents, and it just becomes a mess. So I'm glad we got a good race out of this. And certainly when we get within, you know, 25, 10 laps to go, it's going to be really tight. But remember, all these guys still have to make one pit stop to make it to the end. They'll have to do it pretty cleanly. So some guys might gamble, try to stay out, hope for a caution. Essentially what they want to do is come into the pits with the biggest group of cars as possible. And try to time it so they don't get stuck behind lappers when they're out. And again, you can have the physics of real NASCAR. At this point, maybe. But I gotta say, iRacing is pretty darn close. I mean, not that I know what actual NASCAR drives like, but I don't know. I feel like we're not that far away. Sims have just been getting more and more realistic year after year. They've now got, you know, dynamic tracks. It's incredible. I honestly feel like we're not far away from getting an almost entirely realistic simulation. They're going 4 wide here trying to get around these lap cars. That is dangerous stuff. So this is really going to mess up the pack here, as Kevin Harvick is losing a lot of spots, stuck out in the 38 and the 51. There's now Clint Boyers at the front. Boy, if there's going to be a wreck, it'll be right now. These slow lapped cars and these fast lead lap cars just don't mix well together. Okay, I'm sorry. Just stop mentioning NASCAR heat. I don't want to think about it. You don't want to think about it. Just pretend it doesn't exist, please. Well, here's a pair of teammates that ended up together. Chase Elliott and Jimmy Johnson on the bottom here. Jimmy with a chance to push Chase to the lead. Oh, but he can't do it because Logano's got his nose down there. And the pack spread out like this will be a little bit faster if they're running 2 lanes deep. Some of these guys still having trouble getting around the lap cars. Looks like Chris Buescher here and Paul Menard are the last of them. Hopefully they don't lose the draft on the rest of the pack. Same with Kevin Harvick and Ty Dillon. But I tell you what, Kennington's not making it easy for them. Not a very polite Canadian right there. I don't see any comments about a list of sims. It might have been too long, honestly. It didn't show up on screen, but it didn't show up in like the chat list either for me. It's Kurt Busch, the man who got it done last year, now running at the very front, but Chase Elliott getting a good push on the outside lane from the JTG Doherty guys. Looks like Kurt's going to lead another lap here. Just keep in mind that 20 cars a lap down. He's racing to be in the front because if a caution comes out while he's in front of these guys, he'll get that lap back. But there's no lucky dog rules or anything for him to get his lap back otherwise. Some sort of pit lane issue for him early in the race. Put him back there. A roller coaster like NASCAR's, but way more scarier. I have ridden roller coasters, but I haven't driven in NASCAR, so I don't know if I can compare the two. Also, in our list, let's see your list. Wait, oh, there you go. You're working on it. Man, NASCAR 07. Oh man. I think like after NR2003, that's definitely the NASCAR game that I've put the second most number of hours into that. Like 07, 08, I just raced the heck out of those games. It was a lot of fun. The what was it called? Earn Your Stripes? There's another name for it. The career mode where Kenny Wallace tells you what to do. That was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed those games. Wreckfest. They're working on it, which I'm amazed because, you know, that game was early access and then they didn't do anything to it for a year. which is why I didn't really want to buy it. But now they're actually, you know, developing the game, which is good. I'm hopeful. Looks like it'd be a lot of fun. 09 was just garbage. Yeah. 09, every single car had the exact same body and the exact same decals. Like, what happened? They got lazy? I don't know. 09 is like, that's what killed that series, basically. Because that series started with Thunder 2003. It went through, like, you know, Total Team Control and the other games. Those were great. And then 09 came out, and that was the end of that. It's kind of a shame, because since then it's just been some mediocre titles. Whoa, trouble for Daniel Suarez. Is he out of fuel? Stopped on the apron here. Now he's getting a tow back to the pits. Interesting. So issues now. More issues for that 19 car. So let's take a look at, as Chase Elliott moves to the lead, retirements so far. So Stenhouse, Keselowski, Newman, Gaulding, De Benedetto, all out at the very start. Pretty big accident. McMurray had header problems. Well, that explains it, because he had issues. He made an unscheduled stop, and then they had to just retire the car. Thompson caused like another accident, retired, and that took out Bowman and Byron. And Casey Kane had overheating. Wow. I mean, he did have some damage, so maybe damaged the radiator or something. But that car's toast. Paul Menard had a bunch of problems in the pits. Now he's 4 laps down. Justin Marks has damage. He's slow. Same with Gilliland, Blaney, Hamilton, all damage. Reagan has damage. Kennington has damage. Jones had some sort of pit issues, so he's 2 laps down. Suarez just lost an engine or something. Stopped on the track. He's going to be down here. And then Danica has some damage, but is also just really slow. I'm sorry. I mean, that's what happens when you put a mediocre driver in a premium car. I've never seen an AR retire from overheat either. Like, that's a new one. Like, I'm always amazed at how detailed their little retirement things are. Like, they'll say electronics or transmission or whatever, but I've never seen overheat before. Interesting. If you race on BeamNG, yeah, BeamNG AI is not great. I mean, I remember playing that game since when it was in alpha so many years ago. I loved those soft body physics, all the individual part simulations. It's so unique. It's such a great game. And I have it now. It's so fun to just jump in, and I usually like off-roading in there. Or just, you know, setting up crashes. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a great game. There's also a lot of really good mods for it. I especially love some of the scenarios that people have cooked up for that game. Yeah, it's not really a racing game. I wouldn't call it a racing game. So this lead group of cars now to positions 13. So I think there's 14 cars in the group because the 20 is a couple laps down. 37 lost the draft, so did the 21 and the 13. And there's some slow or damaged cars running down here at the back. Some very damaged cars. The 51 is in 3rd gear. That's how slow he is. He can't even get up into 4th gear. Wow. Oh, so Suarez stopped on the track, got towed back to the pits, but it looks like they've fixed whatever the problem was. I don't know if he... It wouldn't make sense if he ran out of fuel because he pitted with everyone else. So I don't know what's going on for the 19. I need pit reporters, man. That'd be great. because there's a lot of people. I just don't know why they're stopping. And oops, I didn't update this side here. Yeah, there it is. Overheat for the 95. That does look really weird. I've never seen that before. So we're on lap number 84 out of 120 here. These guys should be pitting pretty soon. It sounds like. Is there someone coming out of the pits? No, that's just the 51 being slow. So the 19 has grouped up with some of the guys that have lost the draft. Suarez now number of laps down. 6 laps down. Wow. Well, he had to get towed to the pits, so that will take a lot of time. Oops. Let's get back up to the front as they're about to get disrupted here by the 51. Wow. What a mess. Oh, they're coming in the pit anyways. So, in the pits, Brendan Gaughan, Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace, Kurt Busch, Michael McDowell. 5 cars coming in. And a couple from these slower groups jumping into the pits as well. The rest of the pack, a lot of them getting stuck behind the 51 here. But I think we'll see these guys pitting next time around. They should be going pretty quickly as they line up like this. So let's see who's coming in at lap number 86. And it's everyone. Pretty much everyone. So here come the leaders into the pits. Let's watch some pit stops. We haven't done that yet. Apart from cautions. So 78, one of the first pits there. He'll take right side tires. And left sides. Yeah, it'll probably be 4 tires all around for these guys. Or the only car that took 2 tires in the last stop, I think, was the 00, Jeffrey Earnhardt, and that didn't work out well for him at all. So we'll see where these guys come out compared to the 5 that decided to, the 5 cars that decided to pit 1 lap earlier. So Truex Jr. comes out comfortably ahead of the 22. 20 still a couple laps down, but he's been racing with the lead pack all day. And here they come. The 9 of Chase Elliott, the 62 of Brendan Gaughan. Going quickly around the outside here. Why is there no pit crew members working on the cars? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would be too hard to render everybody's pit crews. So they just don't do it. When you're driving, you can see your own pit crew, but I'm not driving here, so it's just kind of ghosts working on the cars. It is a little bit weird, but it's how it is in iRacing too. It's just too difficult to process that many people moving around like that. So it looks like Truex is going to be out front here, ahead of the 22. Now a little bit of a pack forming. The 9, the 42, the 20, the 62. They'll probably catch up to the leaders. Bubba Wallace pretty close behind. Here we go. Here's some racing packs now. Boy, the 18 and the 40 are going to work hard if they want to keep the draft of these guys in front of them. Because wherever these packs start to form, they're going to move forwards. The more cars you have running together, the faster they'll be. Although they are slowing down a little bit, getting stuck on that damaged 12 car. Just a practice day for Blaney, I guess. Got a whole bunch of damage in the first wreck. He led the first lap of the race. But it's just been downhill. He's really just cruising around here, getting some laps under his belt in the new car. Well, half of the new car, because the front half of the car is gone. What a shame for those guys today. Alright, good luck to you. There's probably a big debate about what the actual like closest finish in motorsports is. But if I think of any close finish, it's going to be that Jimmy Johnson 2011, I think, Talladega. 2/1000ths of a second. I think that's the closest finish in motorsports history. But hey, there might be some like obscure race that was closer. I don't know. So as they get around to the slow number 21 here at the end of lap 90, they've got 30 laps to go, and I think they can do it without stopping for gas. Yeah, they should, because it was a 70 lap stint. But if there's a wreck and a caution comes out, it may be a good time to get tires. Because once your tires start to go here, you won't be able to run the inside line nearly as quickly. So that would make it interesting. As this pack is strung out here, Kevin Harvick leads this second group of cars, which is Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch, and AJ Allmendinger, who just didn't have as good of a pit stop. Couldn't get with that front group. Hey there, Super Racer 55. You've come in pretty deep into this race. You got less than 30 laps to go. And Logano's leading it, with Chase Elliott in second. Eric Jones a couple laps down, but still racing with the leaders here. In fact, he's going to get pushed past Logano. And Chase Elliott might lead this lap. Johnson and Edwards and drag. Oh, drag racing. I should have guessed. Yeah, that drag racing will have way closer finishes than NASCAR ever will, because they measure down to like a way smaller gap. For that exact reason, is because the racing is really close. A 21 car is slow with damage, but he is just managing to hold on to the draft of the leaders here. He got some damage in a wreck very early on in the race. Also a bit of a test day for him. So 2 Toyotas, a Ford, and 4 Chevys in this lead group of cars. And if we stay green to the finish, it's very likely one of these guys will win this race. I'll predict every race winner? No. I don't have that kind of time. I think I'll try to do all the big races. I mean, it depends how successful these videos are. How much you guys like this kind of stuff. Because obviously if people aren't interested, there's no point in me doing it. So let me know. Like the video or subscribe if you haven't subscribed, if you guys are interested in what I'm doing. But I will definitely make the chat window smaller. It is huge right now. It's obnoxiously large. Also, I know NBC Sports doesn't do the 500. It was just too much work to change it. I still have it from last season. Should be Fox, but oh well. And we're going to get stuck behind the 51. Ooh, slow everybody right down. Is he in a 4th gear yet? Yeah, he is. Wow. Good job, Justin. Got half a car there. Well, that will provide this chase group with a chance to catch up here. These 5 cars, although they're slowing down behind Paul Menard here. Just outside of the draft at one point. Now almost 7 seconds behind the leader. Nope, no crashes you missed. There actually haven't been any cautions since the stage caution. There have been pit stops, and that's why we have this tiny little group of cars way out in the front. See, you pose a good point, Ben, because if this prediction is really good, this may actually be a really good way to do a fantasy league. If this is accurate. I mean, I don't know that it will be. I don't think it will be, but I don't know. It might be. Well, I think we know who the top 6 are going to be. We just don't know who is going to win it. So, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Brendan Gaughan, Bubba Wallace, Truex Jr., or Logano. I think it's going to be one of these guys. Although, Sellers got real slow behind Michael McDowell. What happened with McDowell? Why is he in 3rd gear? Yeah, well, we'll see. Because Keselowski and Blaney both wrecked on lap number 4. Keselowski out Blaney with huge damage, just cruising around. And Brendan Gaughan might lose this draft here. Just couldn't get past the lap traffic as well as everyone else did. I think the 9 and the 43 are going to stay with it. But Brendan Gaughan is losing his chance to do well in this race. Which is a shame, because it's been a pretty good showing from him so far, despite being the one who caused that original accident. Pretty good race so far from the old man. But I tell you what, this chase group, even though they've lost the 47 here, I don't know why they're running 3 wide. But they're pretty quick. And if they can pick up Brendan Gaughan and keep moving forwards, they'll be a 5-car group racing against this leading 6-car group. Maybe a catch-up is possible. We have 20 laps here. There's still a lot of possibilities. If the 88 is in this race, nope, he's out. He got involved in a later accident. Crashed with his teammate. William Byron and Alex Bowman both went out of the race. His damaged car is going around slow. 51 is really slow. These are all guys who have lost the lead draft, forming these small groups. It looks like these guys are going to pick up Brendan Gaughan, so Harvick, Johnson, and the Busch brothers. It's like all the old men of this sport. I know Kyle's not that old, but still. There's some veterans here. I mean, look at these 5. Monster Energy 20 to go. I missed it. It's okay, I'll get the credit one to go. Don't worry. I wonder what the average age is among these 5 drivers. Pretty high, right? Certainly a lot higher than the average age of these boys. As Bubba Wallace is leading this race. If this was Heat 2 online, people would be trolling. If this was NR2003 online, no way. It's a community with a lot of respect. Johnson and Harvick didn't have good pit stops, and they just fell behind the pack. Although now they're lined up, so they will go quickly if they stay in line. But now they've got, they're 10 seconds behind the lead pack, and Johnson's refusing to play nice. They'll be quick, but they just don't have enough cars to catch up to these guys here. We're now putting Hamlin a lap down, another lap down. Well, I tell you what, Bubba is on track to win. He's led a lot of laps today. I don't think NR2003 keeps track of laps led. Really wish it did, though. Remember, one of my favorite parts about playing the old EA games was you could look through the whole table of results after the race. You'd see laps led, who got bonus points for leading the most laps, stuff like that. They even had those awesome lap graphs. And you can see your position go up and down as the race goes on. Uh-oh. If it's a crash from part 2, it doesn't count because that part is really bad. There's a lot of unrealistic crashes there. But yeah, Punny for you. Let me know what you're concerned about. Any wrecks yet? This race started with a wreck. If you go back to lap 4, you'll see pretty decent sized accident. It took out a lot of guys. And it's the reason a lot of these guys are laps down. Well, hello to you, Alex. How are you doing tonight? And, well, I mean, I guess there's been another wreck because Thompson ran Suarez into the wall. And that's what took out Will Byron and Alex Bowman. Oh, this is interesting. The leaders just caught up to this huge group of lap cars. Oh boy, this is a cluster now. Okay, so these hot rod damaged cars were just getting lapped by the slightly damaged cars, you know, the 3, the 19, 6, the 10. But at the same time, our leaders caught up to the back of them. And now, the 42, the 78, the 43, they're all kind of stuck behind here. Because Corey LaJoie is doing some real selfish racing, if I'm honest. Obviously, the jankiness of the NR2003 AI, not an accurate representation of what these drivers are doing in real life. Like the 51 just sitting in front of these guys. This is a really weird situation. I just hope that none of these leaders lose each other because of this. What's up, Dale Jr. fan video? I wonder who your favorite driver is. So it looks like Chase Elliott and Logano here are doing a better job of getting through this really weird group of lap cars than the 42, the 43, and the 78. And because they caught these two groups of lappers at such a weird time, our second group over here might be catching up. The Busch brothers, Harvick, Brendan Gaughan, and Jimmy Johnson. Now they're only 9 seconds back, so they have gained a second on the leaders, but they'll need to work their way past this group of slow cars. including that bright green number 7. Man, they had a great opportunity to make Danica a good-looking car. And they really biffed it. It looks so bad. The front half of the car just has no graphics on it whatsoever. They just have the GoDaddy logo, that's it. I don't know why they couldn't have done like real nationwide cars with the black on the side with the orange stripes. Oh, man, I just really hope they do a better job for Indy. Well, let's look at this. So, Logano and Chase Elliott have gotten ahead of these guys. The 78, the 43, and the 42 are still stuck behind Almirola here. The crash with the pit crew throwing you back on the field and getting hit by a car and unrealistic flipping. The pit crew throwing you back on the field. What? You have to explain this one better. I don't know. The pit crew throwing you in the field and hitting a car going higher than the catch fence? What part is that in? I'm sorry, I honestly don't know what that crash is. Again, if it's from part 2, it doesn't count because part 2 is a garbage video. It's really bad. Truex Jr. to the inside for the lead on Chase Elliott. As Bubba Wallace is still deep into this pack of lap cars, he's really got to make his way past them. To 100 diecast. That's a pretty big range there. I mean, 10 diecast is nothing, but 100, that's a full collection. Under 10 laps to go here. We're getting down to the very end. It's been a long race. And in the end, we have 5 cars separating from the pack. Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, and Bubba Wallace. Back in that 43 car now for a full season. In his rookie season, is set for a top 5 finish, but can he get the win? Got 8 laps to go now. Truex leads them around. The defending 2017 champion. Can he open his title defending season with a win? Let's find out. Oops, sorry. Okay. Now it's getting tight. 7 to go. Truex still leads. Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott looking to the inside now. 20 of Eric Jones is 2 laps down. He's not part of this race. The only 5 cars that matter. 78, the 42, the 9, the 22, and the 43. Down the backstretch they come. A whole line of lapped cars behind them. Chase Elliott makes a look down to the bottom, but there's nobody to go with him. 1 Toyota. 2 Chevys, a Ford, and another Chevy. See if there's any lapped cars in front of them to worry about. 51's pitting. The 11 maybe. Might get in the way before the end. 6 laps to go. Chase Elliott to the bottom for 2nd place. NR20 of Eric Jones is battling with them despite being 2 laps down. We might see him trying to help the 78. Former teammates, they're still half teammates this year. It's certainly going to be interesting as Logano is now falling back. He's got no help on the outside, and these lap cars are making a move on the bottom. Suarez, some sort of issues. Maybe he's off cycle. Maybe he missed a pit stop. Back into the pits for him. He's already laps down. Chase Elliott now with a push from Eric Jones on the bottom. Gets past Larson in the second place. 5 laps to go. Tell you what, it is really heating up now. They're gonna get past Hamlin here, but after that there won't be any more lap traffic. Except, of course, Jones. He's right in the middle of the group. We're gonna check out behind Hamlin. Probably jump under him coming out of turn 4. There they go. Yeah, it makes sense it's from another guy's video. I don't remember that ever happening. Like, I've had some bad videos, but I wouldn't do that. I mean, come on. I mean, especially the way you guys described it. That just sounds kind of silly. 4 to go. Larson leads Elliott. Is Elliott going to be a bridesmaid again, or can he get his first win? Truex, Elliott, Logano, Bubba Wallace right behind him, Kyle Larson, Trevor Bayne in between him and the rest of the leaders. Chase Elliott still waiting, biding his time. 3 laps to go. We are geared up for a really exciting finish here, guys. Logano, your stage 1 winner, too. He's getting passed by Larson for 5th place. Bubba takes a peek on the inside. Not happening yet. There's still 1, 2, 3 single file. A little bit of a gap to Logano and Larson now. When's the right time to make a move? Bubba's still taking peeks to the bottom. 2 laps left. Bubba Wallace to the inside. And he's got Joey Logano behind him. He might be able to make this move stick. Boy, oh man, they're catching up to that 19. I hope Suarez does not get in the way here, because that would be disaster. Bubba Wallace up in 2nd place. Chase Elliott gets stuck on the high side, back down to 5th place from 2nd in just a matter of less than a lap. They should all be good on fuel. They're going to have to get past the 19 here. 78 to the bottom. Bubba follows him. They're going to go 3 wide here. Logano making a move for 2nd. Did he wait till just the right moment? Bubba Wallace is going to get shuffled back. Logano with a bit of a gap to Truex. Can he catch him before they make it to the end? Somebody's in the dirt in front of them. The 14, Clint Boyer, huge damage. Some sort of accident there. Doesn't matter now. Logano right behind Truex coming into turn 3. Can he make a move as they come out of 4 here? Kyle Larson closing in 3rd. Gotta go now or never. Larson to the bottom. And Martin Truex Jr. is going to hold them off. The 2017 champion is going to win the 2018 Daytona 500. Logano 2nd, Larson 3rd. Chase Elliott makes it up to 4th. And 5th place for Bubba Wallace, who lost a lot of time there. Whew. That was an exciting finish. 120 laps, and the finish is going to be that close. 1/10 of a second. Logano just couldn't make his move in time. He was really working his way past the other guys, but just couldn't get past Truex. And that will be it. But don't leave just yet. We still have a lot to look at. I want to look at the finish again. I want to look at what happened to Clint Boyer. He got a ton of damage. So yeah, stick around. This is essentially your post-show here. Martin Truex Jr. is going to win the Daytona 500. So I'm going to pause here for a second and just stick this on the screen. So let's put this up here. MTJ Daytona 2018. Hold on, 2018 Daytona 500 winner. Where can we put that? Where did this go? Let's stick that right there, right in the middle. So let's put our top 10 here. So, Truex Jr. with the win. Logano stage 1 win, only makes it to second place in the end. Larson third. Elliott fourth. Bubba Wallace with a chance to win it, only gets top 5. Only top 5? It's his first full season. That is a great finish for him. His first Daytona 500, right? Yeah. Jimmy Johnson works his way up to 8th. Only a 9th for Harvick. And Kurt Busch rounds out your top 10. What a finish. Wow. That was something. That was something. So let's look at the full results here. The official standings. Wow, some guys were really running out of fuel at the end there. Chris Buescher, Ty Dillon ran out of fuel before the end. We're going to have to look. Something happened to Clint Boyer because he had a bunch of damage as everyone else was coming around him. AJ Allmendinger couldn't make the top 10. Where's Kyle Busch? Kyle Busch was running up at the front. Where was he? Oh, 7th. Okay. I thought I missed him for some reason. So, let's look at this finish all over again. There it is. Put your money in now, right now. Martin Truex Jr. is going to win the 2018 Daytona 500. You heard it here first, folks. Truex first, Logano second, Larson, Elliott. And what? Did the 43 run out of gas? He did. These guys were really stretching it on fuel. 43 ran out coming to the line, so even if he was in that front group, he wouldn't be able to stick with them. So what happened to Clint Boyer? Running with the 47 here. So this is lap 119 for him. So 2 to go. Wow, just lost an engine. Just completely gone. Oh no, 2 laps to go in the Daytona 500, and Boyer's gonna lose his engine. Wow. So he just had damage from before. No crash, but engine just gone. Just gone. And then here come the leaders past him on their last lap. What an exciting finish. So who ran out of gas? The 37 and the 13. Where are they here? Oh, no, not those cameras. The 37 and the 13 ran out of gas. So Buescher racing with Allmendinger. This is the final lap of the race. I come to the back of DJ Kennington here. When will I do a new realistic crashes video? I have clips. I really do. I would say within a month, maybe? I don't know. We can't do anything for the next week. I'm on vacation, so that's why I want to put this stream out tonight. Wow, yeah, 37 out of gas. Who else was it? 13 out of gas? Yep. Silence. 13 is dead. Just trying to push it too far. So yeah, there's Buscher running out of gas. So it is going to be a fuel mileage race at the end for some of the drivers. All the leaders are going to make it okay, except for the 43. 43 is going to run out of gas. Wow, what a finish. See that one more time. Can I crash them all? No, the race is over. Already done. Yeah, none of these guys made it to the end for an exciting finish. Is this finish not exciting enough? Are you not satisfied? Anyways, look at the sidebar, right? Write these numbers down, because this is how it's going to go in tomorrow's race. Truex is going to win, Logano's going to come second, and then it's going to be Larson, Elliott, and Bubba's going to run out of gas on the last lap. Alright? Promise you, there's going to be a big wreck on lap 4. Everything else is going to be pretty smooth. And it'll be a fuel mileage 5-car run to the finish. Also, 6th place for Brendan Gaughan. What a race. He lost the draft of these guys and couldn't challenge for a win, but for him, still, that's incredible. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for watching however long this was. Like an hour, 2 hours of fake race cars driving around in circles. I hope it was exciting. I hope you guys bet money on Truex and win, because these sims are good, man. This is exactly what's gonna happen. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time. Maybe, I don't know. If you guys like this, actually, here, hold up. Like the video and comment if you guys like this, and throw a sub if you're not subbed. Because if you guys like this and like you actually give me good feedback, I'll be back. Maybe not for Atlanta, but other races, I'll be back. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll see you later.